Process model. The process model is simple. It has three easily distinct parts which are inputs, process or tasks, and outputs. The process orientation assists the organization in identifying all inputs, documenting them, and controlling the quality of the product by controlling all inputs and process parameters.
The inputs represents the flow of data and materials into the process from the outside. So here is the various input that requires a process. Bills of materials, which are the complete list of all the items that are required to build a product. Specification of each material such as number and type that exactly needed. Requirements for the inspection for the incoming materials. And lastly, procedure of the receipts for the materials. Next is the output, where one process also can be the input to another process. Output usually require performance measures. They are designed to achieve certain desirable outcomes such as customer satisfaction. The output consists products, service, documents that needs to be delivered, specifications for all the inputs, methods of measurements for verifying conformance to the specifications, and lastly, criteria for acceptance or rejections.
Continuing the input and output of the process is the ETX model. ETX stands for entry, task, and exit. The value-adding process is called the task. The new items in the diagram are entry and exit. Entry, conditions to be satisfied before the task is undertaken, and exit, conditions to be fulfilled before the task is considered as completed.
The next three models are standardized, synergize, and strengthen. First is standardized. Standardization effectively allows employees to carry out the process in the same way at all times. As a result, a procedure must be documented. Next is synergize. In any organization, there is no such thing as standalone procedure. At least two different processes, customer and supplier processes, may interact with the process. As a result, it is critical to examine the impact of revision on every other processes. Then during the strengthen phase, a number of activities are carried out to ensure that the new processes will perform better than the old ones. Monitoring the results and ensuring that the employees are confident and that the process is processed as documented is one of the key steps in this process.
Study. The current performance level of processes triggers improvement. It might meet the defects both from internal and external, cycle time achieved, customer feedback, complaint, waiting time, and employee feedback, etc. Hence, it is relevant to study the process and document the details as necessary. Streamline, meaning process should offer the least resistance to motion in the organization. Some processes cause delay, leading to problems either to customers or the employees. Consequently, it is relevant to document the current sequence of events and then eliminate unnecessary adding processes.
Simplify. It is important to formulate a simplified process for carrying out tasks without increasing the cost and compromising the quality. Streamline. Some processes causes delay or hassles that leads to problem either to customers and employees. Therefore, it is important to document the current sequence of the processes and then eliminate those that are unnecessary.
What is supply chain management? It is the management of the flow of goods and services. It includes the movement and storage of raw materials, work in process inventory, and finished goods from points of origin to points of consumption. Every product that reaches an end user represents the cumulative effort of multiple organizations. Some organizations have only paid attention to what was happening within their four walls, while some did not. But the entire chain of activities ultimately deliver products to the final customer. The result was disjointed and often ineffective supply chain.
Demand planning is a method that optimizes the scheduling of manufacturing orders in relation to production capacity. Supply planning is a process of meeting client demand depending on available inventory and transportation resources. Transportation planning is a process that optimizes the scheduling, loading, and delivery of goods to consumers while taking into account the restrictions.
Kanban system for the etymology. Kan means card, while ban means signal. Mr. Taiichi Wano, the VP of Toyota, developed this system to minimize waste and create more value without incurring more costs and sacrificing productivity. Kanban system. Focus on customers' needs and expectations. Manage the work, not the workers, and regularly review the network of services. Proceeding to the practices of Kanban system, it includes visualizing workflow, setting work in process limits, managing flow, ensuring explicit policies, and continuously improving to organize regular feedback loops, and all these pieces together will reveal Kanban's real power. Lastly, the benefits of Kanban system: increased visibility of the flow, improved delivery speed, alignment between goals and execution, improved predictability, improved dependencies management, and increased customer satisfaction.
To draw one Kanban offers conveyance support to advance the process. They often take two forms: internal or inter-process Kanban and supplier Kanban, which is for withdrawal from internal and external process. For withdrawal Kanban also specifies the kind and quantity of product which a manufacturing process should withdraw from a preceding process. Production Kanban then allows the process type and quantity of products to make for a downstream process. This is the situation, card corresponds to one container of parts, which the upstream process will make for the supermarket ahead of the next downstream process. In large batch situation, for example, a stamping press with very short cycle times and long changeover times, a single Kanban is used to trigger production when a minimum quantity of containers is reached.
Cellular manufacturing. It is a process of manufacturing which is subsection of just-in-time process or manufacturing and lean manufacturing. The goal of cellular manufacturing is to move as quickly as possible, make wide varieties of similar product while making a less or little waste as possible. Cell is a group of workstation to process the product, one process by station to another station. Work cell is a group of unit larger than an individual machine or workstation but smaller than the department and assembly lines. This manufacturing is the heart of lean manufacturing. With this method, benefits may vary to increase quality and productivity, simplify the material flow, and reduce rework costs due to materials produced in the process are being tested before going to the next station.
Single-phase flow. Cellular manufacturing demands single-phase flow methodology. This is also called one-phase flow or continuous flow manufacturing. This technique used to manufacture components in a cellular environment. A cell is an area where everything that is needed to process the part are within easy reach, and no part is allowed to go to the next operation until the previous operation has been complete. The goal of one piece, however, are to make one part at a time correctly all the time without lentitude. The opposite of one-piece flow is large production. Although many companies produce in large lots or batches, it builds delay in the process. No items can move on to the next process until all items in the lot have been processed. The larger the lot, the longer the items sit and wait between processes. Larger lot production can lower a company probability in several ways. The lead time between customer order and delivery of product is lengthened. Labor, energy, and space are required to store and transport the lot. The chances for product damage and deterioration are increased.